So after depressing myself earlier by talking about how I believe the Cavaliers have no chance in this finals against the Warriors, let me attempt to build myself back up by praising LeBron James, who at this point I do believe is the best player ever. If that's gonna upset someone, sorry, here we are. And we're just gonna look at this 2018 carry job that LeBron's doing. And I'm trying to think, where does it rank in the LeBron pantheon of performances? And for the sake of this, I'm going to focus mainly on like series or seasons, not so much one individual moment. So like the block on Iguodala, I think would just be included in the 3-1 comeback. The 25-point game against the Pistons, or the 25 straight points against the Pistons, could be included just in that 2007 season. The Game 6 against the Celtics could be included in just that entire series, so on and so forth. Anyway, I think number one still has to be the 3-1 comeback, because I remember when 2 games were done in that series and the Warriors just destroyed them in both games in Oracle. It just seemed like Cleveland had no real chance, right? Defensively, they were just totally outmatched. And through playing Kevin Love a little bit less, putting Richard Jefferson in there more, having more perimeter defense, on top of LeBron and Kyrie just a lot of the time just going one-on-one, attacking Steph Curry, Cleveland was able to storm back, and LeBron was the catalyst for that. I mean, if Kyrie's not there, they don't win the series, but LeBron just was insane. He was absolutely insane in that 3-1 comeback. Now, did Draymond being suspended help? Yes, of course it did. But I don't think we're going to act like a normal human being completes that comeback for Draymond being there in those last 2 games, you know? I mean, a Game 7 in Oracle, right after Steph Curry has himself one of the best offensive seasons that's ever happened. Yeah, it's pretty insane stuff. So I think that one still has to be number one. I think number 2, I might actually go with the Celtics series, which includes the Game 6, where he put up like 35 in the first half, finished with like 45, 48, something like that. But that game was effectively over at halftime. For that series, LeBron put up like 35 points and like 12 rebounds a game. His assists were actually a little lower. But I think what's most impressive is that Celtics team was so good defensively. Like they were the best defensive team that year, and that was with starting the top half of the year really rough defensively, because they had like Jermaine O'Neal starting at center or whatever, and then they finally went to KG at the 5 and Brandon Bass at the 4, and from then on they were just like a nightmare defensively. So that was a tough thing to do, you know? And they managed to, or LeBron mainly, managed to just have an all-time series against them. Getting into the teeth of the defense, hitting a lot of mid-rangers and turnaround jumpers and that sort of thing, and yeah. So that one's going to be number 2 for me. It's unfortunate that Derrick Rose got injured for many reasons, but one of them being, I think that Bulls team might have been the best of the Bulls teams, and unfortunately, we didn't get to see them against the Heat. We did see the Bulls against the Heat the year before, and LeBron kind of shut Derrick Rose down, but again, I think the Bulls were a little better that year in relation to themselves. I don't know if they were better than Miami, but anyway, I think next you get into the conversation of 2018, the carry job this year versus the carry job of 2007. And I think there's a lot of places you can go here in terms of which team had the most talent around LeBron, but also which road to the finals was easier, more difficult, and all that. If we start with 2018, his second best player is Kevin Love. But it should be said that Kevin Love has not been that good in these playoffs. Series against the Celtics hasn't been that good. Of course, didn't get to play in Game 7. Wasn't that good against the Pacers either. So, He's been effectively just another guy, I guess. Regular season, he was pretty decent, and that does still matter, but of course the playoffs hold more weight. And then you look at that versus 2007, I think in a vacuum, Kevin Love, it can be argued that he's better than Larry Hughes or Ilgauskas, but given how not good he's been in these postseasons, I don't think it's like a huge difference between them. And then between the rest of the guys, you're looking at like Pavlovich and Anthony Parker versus Jeff Green and George Hill. I mean, whatever. They're interchangeable if you ask me. And actually, correction, Anthony Parker was not on the 07 Cavs. So like Daniel Gibson, we'll say that. Not a massive difference if you ask me. But then you look at the teams that he faced, and I do think the 07 Pistons are better than anyone that LeBron beat in this postseason. So you could argue that the degree of difficulty was higher. So maybe that means I would go with the 2007 carry job over the 2018 one. Just because those Pistons were really good. An interesting little thing that gets forgotten is that LeBron, what he did in 2007 against the Pistons, he nearly did it the year before in round 2. They did push the Pistons to a Game 7 in Detroit in 2006, and LeBron was great, put up 27-8 boards, and he was pretty efficient. Shot 8 free throws, and then his second best teammate in terms of scoring was Larry Hughes with 10 points. So, yeah. Dude was kind of already doing it the year before anyway. But, yeah, I guess I would go with 07 over 2018 a little bit. If we're talking about another underrated performance, which maybe this ends up being number 5, because I have 4 performances right now. I have 3-1 comeback, series against the Celtics, and then the 2 carry jobs. So maybe pushing Golden State to a Game 6 when he had no Kyrie and Kevin Love. I mean, it doesn't result in a victory.
This is a Chucky Beat production.
But who the hell else would manage to get that to a Game 6 with the team he was given versus the team he was facing? I mean, the dude put up 36, 13, and 9 on some extremely inefficient and ugly to watch basketball, where he would post up and take nearly the entire shot clock off, oftentimes posting up on Harrison Barnes, and it somehow managed to kind of be effective. He did shoot 67 free throws in 6 games, which I think helped him out a lot. I guess it would be between that one and the 7-game series against the Spurs. Now, I know if Ray Allen misses the 3, then they lose the series, but also if LeBron doesn't put up 25, 11, and 7, then they also lose in like 5 games. And the Game 7 he put up with the 37 points, making a million mid-range jumpers, was huge as well. I think I would go the 2013 finals as number 5. So I guess that would be my ranking, is the 3-1 comeback, the 2012 East Finals against the Celtics, 2007, 2018, and then the 2013 NBA Finals. And I mean, I think you can jumble all of those up, and I think you can make a real case for basically 2 through 5, and probably others that I just didn't think about or whatever, being wherever they want to be. I think we would all agree with the 3-1 comeback being number 1, because it's just absolute insanity. So yeah, dude's really good, and it's unfortunate that the team around him is going to get sauced in the NBA Finals, and then that will be followed by a bunch of silly takes by the media, Skip Bayless, and maybe some people on Twitter, who will quote his finals record as if he had any business winning the 2007, 2018, and 2015 NBA Finals. Now, of course, 2011 happened, and it was horrible, and yeah, I give you that one. But are we going to act like Michael Jordan would have done those things? Put Michael Jordan in that 2015 finals against the Warriors with that team around him. You know what happens? He loses too. Now, whether he puts up 36, 13, and 9 while shooting 1,000,000 free throws, I don't know if he does that. But, yeah. I'm getting too edgy and combative. We need to end this video. That's going to do it.